Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. Hi, everyone. We are back. And by we, I actually mean me because I've been off gallivanting or It was so hot, actually. I don't know what you've been up to, Alex. Probably
I've been sat here waiting for you.
Wait.
No, I've been sat here, sat at this screen for a full week, waiting for you to return. Like late as ever, aren't you?
You cheeky sod. I was just going to be like, just what I expected. I expected to be here waiting. But yeah, late as ever. I actually want to go into next week's episode before this week's episode.
I knew you'd talk about this and I want to kill you already.
We'll save it. We'll save it. We're diving into something light and fun this week, aren't we?
Well, depends how awkward we get and how much we laugh at what should be a serious topic, I guess.
I know, but basically when we brought a list of topics out that we can talk about throughout the podcast, one of them was literally like death and stuff. So hopefully by the time anybody's listening, we'll have a better title for it. But yeah, we thought we'd have and I love that they're not in any organised way, are they? So on last week's podcast, if you listened, it was Alex that went, right, next week we'll be talking about death and stuff. And I thought, oh great, I'm going on holiday for a week and now I've got to think about death. So I'm organised for the podcast when we get back.
No, it's really weird because before, I mean, obviously we'll delve in a minute, but I had the anniversary of my dad's death this week, but I hadn't realised that when I first said death, so I reckon there must be some sort of universal work at play that wanted me to talk about it. That's what I think.
Yeah, there might have been. There'd have been. You'd have known without knowing.
Yeah, known without knowing. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're going to have a good chat about that, all the weird stuff, and just death and stuff, basically.
Hey, speaking of death, did you hear this morning that Ozzy Osbourne's died?
Oh, yeah.
How sad's that? I mean, like probably not massively unexpected, but also really sad. Like he's one of them people you don't expect to die.
He's one of them people, like he's been around our whole lives. Like he was 76, you know.
I know, but that's not that old. I know we say it, but it's not when you hear of people living now well into the 90s. I mean, I know it's older than either of our dads made it, but see, already I'm laughing at that. That is not funny. Nothing funny about that.
No, but it is. I think that's why I feel like it's a good age, if you like. But then I look, my grandma was in her 80s, and that didn't feel like she was old enough to die.
No, and you hear it all the time, and you see people wandering around. Like one of my clients this morning described her mum and dad like the little old couple from Up. You know the film Up.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh. I've not got the little old couple parents, just got
one. Oh, Dawn, I could feel so sorry for myself around stuff like this, you know.
I could.
I could go into a whole nother subject. You know, when you like see all these videos and they're like, I were a daddy's girl and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That's for next week.
Yeah, but I used to watch American films, and you know, like Sweet Valley High. I think I used to watch, and there were two blonde girls, and they had a really good car, and like the dad give them all this like money. They were proper daddy's girls in that kind of sense. And I used to think, oh, that'd be so nice. And then when I see little videos of people, you know, like with the dads at weddings, and like I've never, and we'll like you said, we'll talk about that more anyway. But I've never really had that. And so it's not a like, oh, all right, it's a really like that would be really lovely to have.
Is it like an envy then? Is it like an envy but with a bit of like whatever?
Yeah, the whatever is just me like having a joke. It is. Yeah, I think it'd be really lovely to have. I think, yeah. And I feel sorry for my girls, like they don't have that either. So
yeah, they've got really I was gonna call him a name on the podcast, I better not.
He is a bit.
He needs to go on next week's list as well.
Yeah, he could go on next week's as well. So next week's for anybody It's going to be things that what's it titled in our
It's something
title?
about rants. We've said it's something about rants, but it's basically things that annoy and irritate us.
Yeah, things that piss us off in it. I know you added something before, and you was like, "Oh, I need to start adding to a list." And I swear to God, I've got the longest list for next week's episode. I can't even tell you, and I feel really bad because I was doing it on holiday. So, like, if Rob did something, I'm like, "Oh,
so that annoys me."
Yeah, and they're not all him, but like it
yeah.
Things that I remembered that annoyed me. But yeah, no, before we go into today's episode, all about like death and stuff, I wanted to ask you, did you see that couple that got caught at the Coldplay concert? I feel like we need to address it and we need to talk about it.
Right. Yeah, I did on social media, but I swear to God, Lisa, I couldn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I thought
who are they anyway?
Well, it turned out that he's like a massive CEO of a big AI company.
No better than us.
They were, no, not at all. But they were both married, and technically they got caught having an affair on the kiss cam at the Coldplay.
Which is funny and serves them right, but I don't care. Honestly, I do know a bit about that. I didn't realize it was at a Coldplay concert, to be honest with you. I didn't know where it was. I knew they'd been caught. But honestly, my first thought when I saw it was not, I just thought, oh, for God's sake, is that what news is now? Them two getting it off on some camera. I don't give a shit. Be clever. Don't go doing it there. Go and find a sneaky car park somewhere and snog in the dark, you absolute morons.
That's what I mean. It was just, who would go to a Coldplay and stand in the box? So they obviously had a box. So they've got like a posh bit and literally be there. But I watched it and I was like, oh my God, like that is so... They could have totally got away with it as well, I think. Like if they had just kind of carried on swaying and dancing and gone with the flow, nobody would have picked that video up and it wouldn't have gone viral. Do you know what I mean? It was their reaction. But, well, you say that. I feel like she just panicked in that moment of like I can imagine everything in her mind when that camera was on. She was like, oh, fuck, shit, I shouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean? And you could see like,
yeah, but you know what? If you don't want to get your hands burnt, love, get out of the fire, you daft cow. I'm sorry. Don't feel sorry for her. Don't feel sorry for him. And also, you know what? I think
I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him.
Have they resigned? Has he resigned or something?
Yeah, it's apparently.
This to me is a bit much. What has that got to do with his job?
Well, the fact that he's shagging half his staff is probably like,
you know what? If he's a good
head of
CEO,
HR, I think, or something like that.
But she's consenting adult. Like, if she's stupid and he's stupid and they want to go and get caught on a camera, he might be a really good CEO. He just can't keep his dick in his pants. Well, it's pathetic. Like, I can't be doing all drama around it, me. Honestly, I just think, get a grip. Go and get one of them pay by the hour rooms and stop being so dramatic.
Yeah. Do you reckon she knew? Maybe it was her like thing to out. She might have been saying to him like, "Are you going to tell her? Are you going to tell her?" You know, like for ages. And he's like, "Yeah, I will." And then he never did. So she's thought, you know what? I'm having you. She might have emailed like Chris Martin before she got there.
What if he did it? What if it was the other way around? What if he wanted to out her? You know, I think it's all a big publicity stunt. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I get that. I do get
it.
Yeah. His wife actually put out a statement. Did you see it?
No, I've not. I'm not even going to be airtime. Tell me, go on.
I'm going to tell you now. She actually put out a statement, and I thought it was really good. Hold on, it's here.
His wife does not deserve,
his wife
or her husband. None of the innocent people deserve their like laundry throwing out to the world. They don't.
I think it's awful. It's so humiliating. Imagine waking up and finding, you think your husband's been working late, or he's had to do a work thing. Oh, I've got to go to a concert. I don't really want to go. All that bullshit. And then actually waking up to it being worldwide news that your husband is a massive sleazeball and is sleeping with the woman from HR and everybody in the world knows about it. Like, how do you think you'd react in that moment?
I'd fucking burn everything that he owned. I would lose my shit. Like, honestly, I'd go mental.
Would you?
Oh yeah, there'd be no coming back. There'd be no coming back from it. There'd be no apology.
Oh no!
In fact, I'm getting mad for her.
Would you burn his stuff?
Yeah, all his favourite stuff.
Do you know, it's so funny because I was talking about this with Beth yesterday. So my eldest, bless her, is splitting up from her partner, and we were like having a little bit of a chat. And I said, you know, I've always been really envious of people that do like really like get their own back stuff like that, like burn all their ex's clothes or like smash the car or, you know, do something dead brave, like I'll put fish in the curtain rails or something. And I've just never been brave enough as an adult. And I always remember splitting up from my first husband, right? And he was so sly around that time. So we'd lived together and all the, like, we were dead skin. All the tax credits went into his bank. And new guitars were turning up at the door and he wouldn't give me any money. I literally had to leave with nothing. All the kids and nothing, right? So, and honestly, I don't even know if you'll remember, but like new proper Gibson guitars turning up at the door. Why didn't I have the balls just to get it and smash it? Like, why weren't I brave enough? Do you know what I did, Alex?
What did you do?
What I did? I went into the wardrobe, right? I knew as well, I took my wedding ring off and it disappeared. And I know that he pawned it. He swears that he had nothing. He didn't know where it went. But I know for a fact that he'd pawned it, right? And I wanted to get my revenge, but I was like, ugh. And I went in the wardrobe and he used to, it's going to make me feel sick.
I think you did it on his buttons. I've got a feeling you did.
He had this cat, like this jumper cardi that he used to wear, which is I know it's creepy.
Right next to his flip-flops.
Oh my God. Go on. And I remember just looking at it and I just pulled like the top button off it. That was it. And you know what? I remember it was like really harder than I thought it would be to get off. I was like ripping it off for ages. But that was it. That was the only revenge that I did. Like, why did I not? I'd love to go and smash a guitar up even now.
We should go back, wouldn't it? We should go back in time. If you could go back for a day and just get your revenge. Do you know, I saw a car in the Tesco near me and it was like, I can't remember the car if I'm honest, but it was quite a good car, like an Audi or a BMW or something black. And somebody had spray painted "cheat bastard" down the side of it.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, once my next door neighbour, actually, when I was living with this said husband, he had Prodigy. Is it Prodigy, that Firestarter, that sung Firestarter?
Yeah.
Right. One night we're in, like, just watching telly or whatever, hears that blasting out, and I was like, what the hell? And he had got the sofa, the next door neighbour, put it down the back, so we had a big like field at the back behind our gardens, and set it on fire. And it's because the girl that he was living with had bought the sofa and she must have been asking for it back. So he set it on fire and we're playing Prodigy. Well,
see,
that's awesome.
But stuff like that is quite funny. It is quite funny.
It is right. Let me tell you this statement then that she said, because I actually thought, oh my gosh, I'm losing everything, Alex. I've got it for us and I don't know where it's gone because I got so carried away and excited then.
She's now browsing around the computer.
I am, yeah. You keep everybody occupied.
Well, you can't say that. I don't know what to keep them occupied with. I'm not going to do a dance. I'm not a performing monkey.
Oh, I'm so annoyed that I can't find it. I might have it on here, actually. Let me have a look.
What was the gist of it if you can't find it?
You are?
What was the gist of it if you can't find it? Like, what did she do? Did she just say he's a dick?
No, she was really good. That's why I want to find it. She was quite powerful in it. She was that I can't remember it. So then I'm going to try and do the. Oh, you know what? I'll have to try and find it after. Oh no, I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
Right, go on.
Sorry, guys. Right. So this
Gosh,
is the
that was a
former
long break. I
statement.
hope you managed to make a brew, everybody, in that time. Go on.
It's come to my attention, and apparently to the attention of half the internet, that my husband, Andrew Byron, has made certain choices, public ones, under stadium lights during a Coldplay concert, a venue not typically associated with infidelity, but here we are. Let me be perfectly clear. I am not issuing this statement in defence, nor in heartbreak. I am issuing it in power, in precision, in silk gloves, and a sharpened wit. I will not be engaging in performative forgiveness, nor am I interested in the optics of grace. What Andy has done is not just humiliating, it's banal. I've never even heard that word, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. I don't actually know what it means. It's just something bad. Go on.
Yeah, I feel like she could have used a better word there. She has said common, a man of ambition brought down by his own astonishing lack of imagination. I have retained counsel, I have reviewed holdings, I have reallocated what was once ours into what is now very clearly mine. I'm not spiraling, I am ascending. And while Andy may have quoted Coldplay in his statement, I will simply say when the lights went out, I saw everything clearly. To those who expect tears, I don't cry for clowns. I schedule, I document, I rebuild. This is not revenge, it's a refinement, and he will feel it.
Good for her. I feel, yeah, go on, girl.
That.
Yeah, that is good. You see, now I like that. I like that because she's kept her dignity.
She has, hasn't she? She really, I thought that was a really good statement to make. It must have been horrible for her. It really must have been.
Yeah, I don't like it on the other foot, but honestly, it's just stupid. I think it's a real, I mean, I get these things go out now when they become viral. You know, like we hear the news often before, like even families hear the news and stuff like that. And it's quite sad stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess that brings us, like, you know, a little bit onto today's topic anyway, for stuff like that. Because I think now, like, and, you know, we talked about Ozzy Osbourne a second ago, aren't high profile deaths like quite sadder now, because you do find out really, really quickly, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And you hear stuff in the news. So really recently there was a case near me where awfully sad, this one, two young boys. And I'm basically doing what I'm against people doing, which is now reporting something that I feel shouldn't be reported on in a way, because I think it's a private thing. But yet the world feels it's got a right to know. But two young boys, both 16, were sadly and tragically killed at the railway station near me. Now, I do not know the facts, but I believe from the reports that one was trying to get the other one off the tracks.
Oh.
Stuff like that is horrific, isn't it? How do you get over that kind of tragedy in your life?
I don't think you can get over something like that. Like, I just think it's awful. I think the amount of young people as well, like you saying that, and there'll be so many people listening that will have heard something so similar in their area. Like straight away, it kind of triggers to me. Literally last week, there was a guy on the bridge near us, a young lad, like I'm 16-year-old lad, and he's jumped off the bridge. And I'm just like, and you know, we've got train tracks near us, and it happens way more.
It happens too often, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you know, when you're thinking about these poor victims, like the two boys, you've also got to remember the people who are driving the trains, the car drivers, the onlookers.
It's just,
the emergency services. Do you know, like even the emergency services like that? They are used to dealing with emergencies, but that is a whole new level of emergency, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that will massively affect every single person that is involved in that. Like,
there was one happened just on the motorway near us on the M60 this week when you've been away.
You know what? I'm laughing at because I just didn't think we were going to go so dark so quick.
Well, I think
like 1 minute I'm at Coldplay, and then the next, like that was a badoof moment.
But you know what? I think go dark quick, and then it can only get better from here on out.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Do you know, though, right? I heard something the other day. So one of my clients is a funeral celebrant, and we were having a chat about death, which we often do because I'm involved in a lot of funerals, playing the organ at the church, and she's obviously involved in funerals every single day, sometimes 2 and 3. And whilst she would never share details or names or any information like that, we will talk about, some funerals being sadder than others, or some families grieving more than others. And I see that as well. Like, if I play at the funeral of a 95-year-old man or woman, generally speaking, it was an expected death. It's more of a celebration of their life. And even though people are sad, it's somehow better than, say, it's a young person or a child.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's a whole new level of grief. But what we were talking about primarily is what grief is. And I really enjoyed, I don't know if enjoyed is right. Basically on Sunday was the anniversary of my dad's death, right? So I'll just put this into context. So I've had my son's 20th birthday a week and a half ago, my daughter's 18th birthday on Saturday, and then the anniversary of my dad's death, 16 years, on Sunday. And I found this year harder than ever since the first year. And I think I know why. It's because the kids are now both adults, and I had this sudden realization that they haven't had their granddad for 16 years. They've grown up. They don't know him. He doesn't know them. He's missed out. I've missed out. They've missed out. And I didn't realize just how significant that would be. And I was very, very sad on Sunday. But what my client told me, and somebody else had told me this the other day, is that grief, there's a theory that it used to be said that over time, time heals, grief gets smaller. But what the new theory is that grief doesn't actually get smaller. If you imagine grief like a ball, what happens is that ball at first is the thing you focus on. And then slowly over time, life builds around it and the ball feels smaller because life's grown.
Yeah.
But on these significant days, you focus back in on the ball of grief. And I thought that is exactly how it felt. It felt big. It felt raw. It felt emotional. I was grieving for what could have been, not what was.
Yeah. I find, like at funerals, that I grieve massively and get so upset for the people left behind.
Horrible.
Like, it's really weird. I'm just thinking about it now. And like when I go to a funeral, I feel really weird about this. Like, do I think about that actual person? Like, I do. I like sitting, when you listen to like the celebrant or the words about them. And I love like hearing stories and all people's different stories around that one person. But for me, the hardest thing about anything like that is the families and the close people that are left behind. I can feel it in my chest now.
I think that's because you've experienced it.
Oh, it upsets me so much. Like, and a lot of the time, sometimes it's like I can't even imagine having to go through something so bad. And I have experienced a lot of death, I suppose, from being a young age. And I think the older I get, the harder I find it. I was very blasé about death when I was younger. I think my mum had
so far away. So far away.
No, I mean, like, even with the people, like,
you don't realize, I don't think, and I get that. When you're young, like when my nana died, I was very, very sad, but I also recovered fairly quickly.
I think then.
Oh, I was in my early 20s.
Right.
But I've also lost 2 grandparents, a great grandma and my grandma on my dad's side, when I was 14, and I was quite close to them. But again, cried at the funeral. I'm over it, and I think it was longer than that with my nana. But I think it's how long you've spent with that person, because at 7, 8, 9, yeah, you're sad, but you've got a whole stretch, hopefully, of life out ahead of you. But also, you start to realize your own mortality and realize how fragile life is. And I think that's perfectly normal, grieving for the people left behind. I think A, because we've been there, and B, because you just see them, and the person who's gone don't know. Hopefully they've gone to whatever place they've gone to, whatever you believe in. I mean, I believe they go off to heaven, and I hope that's the case.
Right, I want to talk about that though, because I don't just want to kind of go. I want to talk about what we believe.
Well, we will talk about heaven. All I want to say there on that last bit is,
not now.
I just want to finish what I was saying. I think I really feel that's normal. I think if people were to email us about that topic, anyone who's experienced death themselves of a relative or a friend feels it for other people more, because you know how sad you feel when it happens.
Yeah,
I think that's normal. Go on, let's talk about the life after death thing.
Go on then. You say what do you believe like happens when we die?
So my theories have changed over time, and I think that's changed because what I believe in, like in terms of whether God is real or not, has changed. So I have very much sat on the fence and thought, I don't think I've ever believed in reincarnation, albeit when I've seen a robin, I've gone, oh, that must be my nana. So I don't know what that's about. But
I feel like for me, that's like, I see that as signs. Like, I don't think people
we don't think it's really
birds and that, but yeah,
some people do. But I do believe that I have this complete deep-seated belief, and I think I've always had this, that I am, this is going to sound so weird, and if you can't see me and you're just listening, I can't articulate this very well, but this is not me. This body is not me. So when I ask my kids, for example, where your brain is, where you think, even if you did not know that your brain was in your head, I think you'd know your brain was in your head, because I think when you think or imagine something, you see it in your head. But when you feel love, or you feel sadness, or you feel hatred, you feel it in your body in no real place. It's in your heart, it's in your gut, it's in your stomach. So I feel like me is inside my body. So when my body dies, me has to go somewhere. And I think me is an energy that goes off to heaven. And I think heaven is different to everybody. But I think I go off and I end up with everybody who I love. And just before we move on from that, I'll tell you something dead sweet.
Well, we're not, because I also would like to share what I believe.
No, you absolutely
all about you, Alex.
No, I mean that. I mean, before we move away from what I'm saying, I just want to share with what my little boy said, which I loved. And it absolutely hits what I now fully believe. So I've always heard when you die, you go to heaven, and everybody who you love is young and happy and healthy again. But I said to him the other day, he asked me about heaven, and I said, yeah, I want to see my dad again. And he said this, and I loved this. And now this is firmly what I think is the right thing. He said, you're not going to see your dad again. We're not going to see granddad again. He said, you're going to feel him. You're going to feel everybody you love around you. And that is it, because that's where I am. I'm a feeling. Yeah. So that's mine. Go on, you. It is all about me, by the way, just so you know.
You are.
I said it is all about me, by the way, just so you know. Go on.
Being so greedy on the death episode, Alex. We all have people that have died, you know.
Everybody's got a story, you know. Just nearly spat my coffee out, like literally nearly spat it out. Go on. I won't be greedy now. It's your turn. Go.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm very similar to you. I very much realised.
Wait. Imagine saying you're being very greedy on the death episode.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm hot. Go on.
Oh my God, right. This is completely different, but you know, you just saying you're hot there, right? You know, I find some like facts about our topics, right? But one topic, I swear, listen to this. A crematorium caught fire because someone was basically too hot to handle, right? This is a true story. A crematorium in the in the US caught fire because a larger body led to an I'm going to say that I'm going to laugh now, and I don't mean to. And I don't think I can say
it. You've got to say it. Right, come on.
Basically, it's so awkward. I don't want to be laughing. A larger body led to an unexpected grease fire. No, don't. Nobody was hurt, apparently, and the building was fine. But the official report actually said the fire began inside the cremation chamber and spread due to the excessive heat. I know, basically, like somebody was like,
isn't it?
Too hot, even on the way out.
I need to hear your stuff, but in a minute, I also want us to come back to what you used to do this with me and Georgina. We used to come up with really sick funeral songs. Do you remember when we were kids?
What, like sick as in bad ones? Like,
yeah, like not
Relight My Fire and stuff.
Relight My Fire. Yeah, we'll do a few of them. Go on. Burn, baby, burn.
No, that's awful. Oh, this is awful. Davinia Taylor thought we'd get cancelled for her episode. We don't need you, Davinia. Thanks. We can do it on our own.
Do it all on our own. No, but death's a really serious topic. It is, but it doesn't all have to be about crying.
No, I think this, like, a lot of cultures celebrate life, and they're born, and all through their life they celebrate life, and they know that they're going to die, and they talk about it. And I genuinely believe, as our culture, we do not talk about it enough. It's like a hidden thing. Like, when you talk to people, there'll be people that will actively avoid this episode because we've mentioned death.
Yeah.
And it's like we all go around not expecting to die. Like, we're all shocked.
But it's the only thing that's definitely going to happen, isn't it?
Well, everybody dies, right?
Yeah,
and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if you didn't know that and you were listening. But but they do. And I think we don't talk about it enough. So it becomes this like awful thing. Yes. And I love that other cultures celebrate life and that person, and sometimes I'm very envious of people that have an inner, like, true belief, and nothing can change that. They think this is what's going to happen, and that, like, there's nothing going to change it, because I think it's nice to have that belief. And I'm really like in the I don't know. Go on.
I've still got the giggles about earlier. Carry on. I can't even be serious.
Oh, you're so bad. I need to turn you up a bit. I feel like it's not you, it's my computer.
What beliefs do you hold then? Because I'm getting a sense that because you've just said you envy it, you don't believe in firm going to heaven then.
Well, not firmly, no. I feel like I just don't know anymore. And I think this is why I struggle. So when I was younger, I fully, like what you were saying, and I still believe that now, is that I feel like my body is a vehicle. And how I used to see it, you articulated it much better. But for anybody that's on my wavelength, like, basically, I would see my body as a car, and I am inside that car. So when you have a car crash, you can just get up, hopefully, and get out of that. Do you know what I mean? You leave your car behind, and I see my body as my vehicle.
Yeah, like a shell.
Yeah, like a shell. And I think, so I find it really hard when we focus so much on our shell sometimes. And going inward, what are you looking at? What's happening?
Sorry, I just got distracted because my dog ran off with something that he's found down the side of the garage, and I just hope it's not a creature, because whatever it is chewing.
Oh. Well, it'll be dead now.
Yeah, that's true. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, so I do believe that, and I just really struggle with the after bit. And I was reading a book, I can't remember which one it was, but like Buddha's theory is very much like what you were saying, and this is what pisses me off about religions as well. They all end up saying the same thing, they just articulate it different. But Buddha's theory is very much like that, and that we just become part of everything. And I feel like that, so we do, like, our bodies become part of the ground, or
ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
And we become part of the trees and the earth and the soil and all of them things. So I get that, like the physical side of it, and then it's like the soul side of it. So I'm very much on your wavelength, that I think your soul goes somewhere, and I think you do kind of like see people. I believe people see people as well from the other side. I think it gets the energy gets presented to them in a way that they would recognize, so they can talk about it.
I agree.
So I'm very much a believer of that. I don't like all the baddie ghosts and stuff like that, but it freaks me out.
Baddie ghosts.
Yeah, like, I can't watch stuff, like Poltergeist. That freaks me out.
You wouldn't go in my sister's house, my sister's old house.
I feel like it's so realistic. I can't watch it. Like, they shouldn't be messing with stuff like that. I can't even have that energy in my living room. Like, honestly, I'm looking for my sage spray now. Look, it freaks me out. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, so weird. Go on.
No, but I think they're not fully knowing is what really gets me. And I don't think anybody can say they fully know unless you've been dead and come back. And I've read a few books actually where people this has happened to and they've had experiences. And there's a lot of experiences that really marry up to each other. So that's really nice. That I think that, you know, there is something.
See the light, don't they? And they go towards the light and all that.
Yeah, but then there's others that tell you shouldn't go towards the light. It's so, you know, it's so confusing these days.
Well, I reckon if they tell you shouldn't go towards the light, that's because they've come back.
No, well, how do you know? Like, what if the light's the wrong way? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, but I always keep sending you memes, don't I, about you and me getting to heaven and being thrown out for laughing at things like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Or like where you've got best friends. Have you seen that one where she's in the coffin and then she's doing like funny faces?
Yeah, of course I've seen it. You sent it me.
You know what? Honestly, there's another. I've got another one here about this. Right, a woman who was actually in 2023. This actually happened in Ecuador. A woman who was declared dead. She woke up at her own funeral.
Oh, that's awful.
In
They used to
Ecuador.
put bells on graves, didn't they? They used to have bells dangling out of graves with a string.
My grandma used to say to my mum, you make sure you prick me, make sure I'm actually dead when I'm dead, because it obviously happened a lot more back then. But basically, she was declared dead, placed in a coffin, and she literally started knocking from the inside at her funeral. The family was like horrified and then relieved, and then they probably needed therapy after that. But she lived for a week after that, and then died again, like really died then. How mental is that whole
That's
story?
awful. That is awful. What made her die the first time? Do we know?
I don't know.
I bet the shock made her die the second time.
Imagine waking up in your coffin.
Oh no, that'd be
What
awful.
would you do?
That's what's scary about death. I don't think actually dying is scary. Whenever I dwell on death, and it's usually at night, there's a couple of scary things. One is, what if I know and I can't get back, but I'm not actually dead? So like being in your coffin or being in the crematorium or whatever.
Yeah.
But the other one is, like we've just talked about, leaving people behind. Like, I just don't want them to feel sad. I want people to be all right. I want to make sure that when I go, everybody who needs me is all right first. And I think that comes home when you've got a young child. Like, I've still got a 9-year-old.
Oh no, I think that is there forever now. Like I think, oh yeah, because I think when you're young, when you don't necessarily have like children or have not even with children, because there's lots of people that don't have them that will not feel ready to go. Do you know what I mean? But like that love for people, that you just want them, that unconditional love, that you want them to be all right. And I think when you're younger, you do feel a little bit more invincible. You don't really have that. You're a little bit more self-absorbed, aren't you, and don't think about the people around you. Whereas when you get older, and I think you have families and close friends, and the thought, and I was never felt frightened of death, but I am more now. Like it scares me. Like I look and I think, oh, my children are not ready. And now I've got Isabella, my little granddaughter, and it does scare me. I think, you know, like when we did that meme the other day, like the other week, and it was like it says in 50 years this will be me and my best friend, and they're pushing around in a trolley and stuff. And little moments like that where I go, oh my God, in 50 years, like I'm 95 or
dead.
Yeah, or dead. And that really scares me. The fact that I used to be able to look in 50 years and be like, I'll be 70, I'll be 80. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, because I mean, I was thinking the other day, I looked back and I was like, again with Leah's birthday, and I thought, all right, it's like 40 years ago since I was, 39 years ago since I was 18. And then I thought, oh my God, like, no, it's not that long, is it? 29 years ago, 30 years ago. Let's say 30 years ago. 30 years ago since I was 17. And it feels very fresh. And in 30 years, I will be 77. And that's gone too quick. That's gone too quick.
It's like that halfway as well. Like when you're 20, you're halfway to 40. I know this sounds like, but like when you're 50, you're halfway to 100. Like 40, you're
Yeah, there's
halfway.
not a lot of time left,
And
is
it's
there?
just so quick. I remember being in the first year of high school, desperately wanting to be a fifth year, right? Desperately thinking, I can't wait to be that grown up and wear a red jumper and do that. And I always remember my teacher, Mr. Landon, saying, it's going to be so much quicker than you realise. Enjoy every moment. And I remember thinking, no, I want it here now. I want it here now. And
Isn't it funny how we had the same form teacher? I had Mr. Landon in year 7.
Oh, he was lovely. I loved him. But he left after my year. Nothing to do with me, guys. Nothing to do with me.
Probably to do with my sister.
Yeah. But yeah, just the quickness of life scares me so much. And when I want to see my little granddaughter like live, like get married and do well, people probably won't even get married by the time she's older. They'll be so over it.
I think a lot of old values are returning. I think a lot of old values are returning. But I think it does go quickly. And like I was, I heard a story the other day again at work, where somebody had said that one of my clients had told me that this guy he worked with, only mid-40s, similar age to me, him and his wife, they'd been saving up all their money. They'd not been on holiday for a good few years because they'd been saving. And now she's been diagnosed with terminal cancer. And they're like, what we're going to do? What we're saving for? Like there is that thing, isn't there, about seize the day.
I get that though. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. That I think this is on my next week's list actually, of doing stuff, like things that piss me off. And one of them is definitely that. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, look at how short our lives are. Like, why are we like playing this stupid game? Like, who said that they own the earth, right? And
I saw this. Was this on your? I was going to talk about this. Was this on your? Did you put this on your story?
Yeah, did you watch it?
Yeah, I did watch it, and I was like, yeah, I don't rent space to be on Earth. I'm a free being that has every right to be here, as much right as them bastards at the top that are trying to charge me to live here.
Who said they own it? Do you know what I mean? Like, where you get born and immediately they give us a birth certificate and they basically own us, and then they tell us what to do, and then we've got to buy, like, we've got to do their stupid jobs, to buy their stupid land, to live in a house, to buy electric. Honestly, and this is what freaks me out about the whole death and stuff and life, I think, and this is why I struggle to think about it or to get a real answer, because it leads you to so many other questions, like what are we? Like, what are we doing here? Like, how's the earth and the sky? What if the sky's the sea and the sea's the sky? I just don't know what the world is. So I feel like people often make stories up to what death could be and what happens afterwards, because it just saves all the wondering.
Do you know, I hear this quite a lot at a funeral. I'm sort of doing a role reversal here, because you normally do this, but it's just reminding me of something that sometimes gets read out at funerals. Can I read this to you?
Yeah.
See, look, I'm being you now. Sorry.
Might merged into each other. You might be me and I might be you.
I reckon it's possible.
Right, we all could be each other. We're all family, God says.
Yeah, he does. Between the date when we arrive and the date we go away, there exists a horizontal line that captures every single day. And because these days we're living seem to vanish in a flash, we need to make the most of that special little dash. We are blessed with opportunities as we tread the grounds of earth. To build the loving legacy our own dash will be worth. To focus on what matters, not on things we've owned or bought, and smile every chance we get and love with all we've got. For the duties of our daily life, the job, the house, the cash, affect the way we get to live our only little dash. So appreciate the here and now. Each moment will unfold, because we're never told beforehand how much time our dash will hold. Don't spend this time with worries, bitterness and fear. The future may be uncertain, but right now your dash is here. If you need to make some changes, let this be the day you start to make a difference with your life. Show the love that's in your heart. For how you spend this life will someday be defined by everything that is remembered in the dash you leave behind. And it's called The Dash Between, and it's by Linda Ellis, and that's copyrighted 2024, but that's her poem. It's on the internet. But I just thought, what a beautiful way. It is the dash.
It is beautiful, but I try and avoid stuff like this because that scares me. Well, that's it, just to
Why?
dash. Because that's it. It's over. It's gone. You dash.
Yeah, but
Like,
you're here now. It's not
yeah,
over
I
yet, is
know.
it?
And
You're
I
here.
feel like, so there's a book. I'm just wondering if I have actually. Oh, no. Oh, my. Sorry, that's weird. I was looking for the book, The Power of Now, because that is a really good, but it's a bit boring actually. I can't, yeah, but basically it's saying live more in the now.
Yeah.
That's what that full book says. So you don't even need to read it, just listen to me saying. But that helps with thoughts like that. But then there's another one that's called Veronica Decides to Die, and I've not even read that. I think my mum's just popped that up there. Maybe. But no, it scares me. The full conversation scares me, the full how quick life is. And then I get mad at myself. I get mad that I'm here in a house doing job stuff and like
This is how you're trapped, isn't it? Because like to do the stuff you should be doing in your dash, you need the money, and to get the money, you need to do the work for the stupid people that are telling us we've got to work.
That's what I mean. It's so ridiculous. But then
so you might as well
start wondering
get on with
about
it.
like another theory that I often ponder about is like, what if we are the AI? I do think about
I get this one. Yeah, like the Matrix. We are the Matrix. So somebody was telling me something about this.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Well, I have some fascinating conversations, me, because we were talking about this the other day as well. And there's an experiment. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of this, if I'm honest, but basically they fired atoms at this tiny little hole and they behaved exactly as expected when observed. So they bounced through, bounced back, whatever, they left this mark. But when they weren't observed, they were random and they were going anywhere, like they had their own minds. And apparently that's some sort of an argument for the fact that we're living in a matrix that we're being observed in. I don't know.
But we definitely could be. Like, we don't know the answer, do we? Like we actually could be, and then it would make sense, like when we were talking before about just going as part of the earth, like when you see a computer screen, it's all like, what if it's just that, all that coding? And when people have gone, like, they've done stuff, haven't they, like on mushrooms and ayahuasca and stuff like that, and a lot of people have said that they've seen like the coding and
you see the same. And everybody sees the same thing, don't they, on the different things? Yeah. Breath work does it. Anytime is it, what's it called that your brain releases? Is it DMT? Have I made that up?
Yeah, no, it is DMT. Yeah. So a lot of people use drugs to get to that state and for the DMT, but it can be done through breath work. And on my retreat in Portugal, I did experience a little bit of that, Alex, more than I have.
Did you see any coding?
No, not coding, but it was. I literally came out of my body, like I fully come out of my body, and it's like it was the weirdest, and I've never experienced this in breathwork, and I can't remember what the type of breathwork that it was called. But basically, we were all there. It was an amazing experience, actually, and I really gave it my all because I'm a bit late. I can't be asked doing breathwork.
It's like hard work, isn't it?
No, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this because I was a bit umming and ahhing whether I wanted to do it, and it's laziness, I think. So I thought, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to give it my all. So I really, really went for it, like fully, like there was snot and everything from the breathing. There were people laughing, there was people crying. But it was absolutely incredible. I've never experienced anything quite like that. And I literally come out of my body, and it was like I could see all the people behind me. I could see down by the pool, like clear, like as clear. But I think I come out of my body quite a bit. I've done it before. Like
you have done it before, and
going to sleep and stuff. But honestly, I remember at one point feeling this like stillness, and I couldn't see anything at this point, like nothing. It was just darkness, but it was safe and beautiful, and it felt incredible. But I couldn't see anything, but I could feel, and I could feel like when you were saying before about like what Abel said about your dad.
Yeah.
I could feel my grandma. Like I knew it was her, and I knew people were around me, but I couldn't see them. And it was it felt really amazing, and tears were streaming down my eyes.
In real life.
Yeah, my real eyes, right? In my real eyes, tears were streaming. And it was the weirdest thing because I was aware of where I was, but also I was in this other place, and I didn't want to go back into my body. It felt to me in that moment, it felt too heavy. It felt there was too much. It was all too much for me to get back in my body. And it was like my grandma, and I couldn't hear it, but it was weird. I don't know how to articulate it. But basically, she was saying without saying, go get back in. It's not your turn yet. Everything's going to be all right. And in that moment, I knew that we were all just responsible for ourselves. Like we're here on our own and we're going our own. But actually, that darkness that I was so frightened about is really nice and peaceful and beautiful. It didn't feel scary to me, but what it helped me with was, I have a lot of trouble. I worry about my son so much with his life choices. And I perhaps enable them a lot of the time, because as a mum you do. And in that moment, I knew that he was responsible for his life and what he does with it. Does that make sense? Like we're all responsible for ourselves, and whatever would happen to any of us will always be all right. That's what I knew in that moment. And I forget, I think.
Do you know Leah, my daughter, has had several experiences of very, very clear deja vu, and on the theory you're talking about, it does explain deja vu as being like a glitch. You're just re-seeing something that was previously programmed. But she said, and this was only last year, she was laying in bed and she said she could hear a hum in the air, and she knew what everybody on the street was thinking and doing.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and she says that it was really weird that she could feel connected to everybody on the street. She knew what everyone was thinking and feeling.
I get it. You know what? My mum has had this, and I remember waking up from a long sleep. Sleep, obviously. I woke up from sleep.
She just didn't just wake up from being awake.
I wish I could say what I wanted to say quick without all that bullshit. So,
it's fine.
Well, people will be used to it now, won't they? You're used to it. It's been long enough. But yeah, I'd come round and I remember feeling like I just knew everything. I knew everything. The whole of everything. There were not anything.
Very arrogant.
Anything in that moment. Did you just quote that nasty monk then?
I forgot the monk. Oh, go on.
But yeah, I've just felt like I knew everything. Why we were here.
You're going to have to tell people about the monk because you've not done it. Just very quickly tell them about the monk. It's quite relevant.
I'll try and be quick, I promise. But I have really bad memory. So I do block a lot of stuff like this out, and it weren't that long ago. But basically, this nasty monk, right, I went to a breathwork session. This monk arrived late. Also, that could be on next week's episode. It was very late, right? And then expected everyone to kind of be begging and praying to him as he walked down like an hour late. And then he I can't remember what we did on that day, but everybody thought he was the bee's knees anyway, right? And I was just a little bit inquisitive. I'm like, why? He's a man, right? Why, like, are we not all meant to be? Do you know what I mean? I found it really difficult. But he said at the end, like, does anybody have any questions? And then, did I say no? I can't fully remember. I think he looked
I think you said no.
And he said, do you have any questions? And I went, no. And he went, do you know everything?
Cheeky
Rude
pit.
fucker. I'm annoyed now thinking about it. Like, do you know everything? No, you don't actually, do you? You might have been sat on a hill for 50 years, but that does not mean you know everything. You've missed 50 years of what's going on over here.
Well, he didn't know that you didn't have any questions, did he?
Well, no, he clearly didn't, did he?
He asked you.
Why didn't I say? Do you?
Because he probably caught you off guard. You don't expect a monk to be so nasty.
I always have regret about not saying things that I wish I'd said. I have like I have delayed processing. So like somebody will say something and then I walk down the street, and then it'll like I'll realise what they've said, and then I'll have an answer, and it really annoys me that it takes so long, and I don't just have it in the minute.
Your mum's good at that, you know. Your mum's good at comebacks.
Yeah, they just come out of mouth.
I know. I think she's got the comeback before they've spoken.
Yeah, she has. She definitely has.
Right. Let me finish. Let's finish this conversation with me asking you this then. Right. So, if you knew you had 1 year left to live now, what would you either stop doing immediately or start doing immediately?
You answer that question, because I feel like you've got an answer to that.
Oh, I haven't. No, I haven't. But what would I stop doing? I'd stop working. I would stop working. I would just be with my family and my friends.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, so what? I'll live in a tent.
You'd live in a tent?
Well, I might have to if I stopped working and didn't have any money. I wouldn't stop working on the things
I feel like we
love.
should do that anyway. I'd love us to have a commune and just all live, like you can get unclaimed land, you know. It's just really
but how
hard
do you
work.
like? It's because we've been conditioned. But how? And I was thinking this yesterday, actually, Lisa. I was driving along and thinking, I'd just love to like be like Amish, you know, like just don't need any technology.
Like people are doing that, you know. I follow them on Instagram. They're actually fully doing it.
Well, how have they got Instagram?
Well, because they've got Wi-Fi. It's there, isn't it?
I don't know. You see how they got that?
Well, I don't know, but they're living on land, like they're building their own communities, and basically their theory is get this unclaimed land, get your family and friends, have children, grow your own community, and let's go back, grow your own plants and food, and like you've got to work with the world a little bit, haven't you?
I hear a future fuck it moment coming up.
I would love that.
Oh,
I think if I didn't have like my family and friends and Rob, I'd look for maybe some land like that.
Yeah, but I think even if you have, you probably should.
No, I don't know what I do. I don't like to think if I only had a year. Would you want to know? Would you?
No. I've thought about this before. If somebody said, "I know the date you're going to die," do you want to know it? I'd be like, no.
No, I wouldn't.
I think it'd be too sad. I think it'd be too sad to know that. Imagine that. Oh, this is my last day.
See ya. And I'm really awkward at byes. I'd be like, I'd catch you later, Alex.
Poor Alex, she needs to tell you goodbye for me.
That would be awful.
I'd like to write my own eulogy though. Like I want my funeral. This is just so me. I want my funeral to be full of people that are all telling everybody how amazing I am.
Yeah, well, you could write that now. There's like
but I want it to come from them. That's no good. I want them to be saying how kind I was and how thoughtful I was.
I am pretty sure that they would say them things.
I think so. They better add. I'll be come back.
Maybe we should write one for each other. We should write our speeches that we'd say at each other's funeral.
I feel like you should have a funeral while you're still alive sometimes, so you can actually sit at the back and listen to everything everyone's saying and have a look at the
people. I've got one here. Listen to this.
Yeah, and have a look at the before you do, have a look at the fake people in your funeral as well. I'd be like, why are you here at my funeral? You don't even like me.
Listen, seriously, there was a man that faked his death to see who would come to his funeral, and then he filmed it with a drone. So this was in Belgium. He staged his own death funeral, landed in a helicopter and surprised everybody. And his reason was to see who really cared. And then on the article, it was like, spoiler, some weren't even that thrilled to see him alive.
Do you know what, though? The point is on that, I bet nobody went to the real funeral afterwards. They'd have been like, that bastard tricked us.
Yeah, it'd be bad, that, wouldn't it?
Do you know my dad's funeral? I'll never forget my dad's funeral, seeing, I'm not going to name names, but seeing a couple that didn't even like him, and I was furious.
Oh, it's just rude that, like,
just don't even be here. You're not sorry. Don't lie. You're not sorry at all. You just want to come and buy and be part of
something. And if you're sorry, right, say it when you're alive. Like, this annoys me. All this regret afterwards, like, think, let's all have a little think. Do you need to say something to somebody? Do you need to apologise? Go and freaking do it, because literally.
And you could say something negative. It doesn't have to be good, actually.
Oh,
like,
no,
if somebody's hurt you and you want to tell them to bugger off, go and do it, because when you're dead, it's too late.
It is too late.
But don't regret it.
Do you have anything, do you think, that you've got and you think, oh, I need to do that before I die?
No. I've got a bucket list of things I'd like to see and do.
Have you?
Yeah, like, because I definitely am one of those people who is, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that, and I'm annoyed at myself.
Yeah.
Like, one day is now, in it. I'm fit, I'm youngish, I'm able, and yet in 20 years, I might even be here, who knows?
That's what's so scary, isn't it? Like, I do think that we should live definitely more in the now, because we genuinely might not be here. Like, accidents happen, don't they? Like, all the time.
But also, like, what if it's the other way? Like, what's the point? So what if there is nothing on the other side? Let's just play devil's advocate, because we already know what I believe. If there's nothing after life, what's the point anyway? Because you've seen it.
Oh, I know. I struggle with this question. Well, I struggle with people that say, "Oh, that's it. When you're dead. That's it." Well, what do you mean? That's it. That's it. You just die and that's it. Oh, come on, let's have a little bit of a think about it. You can't just end it like that. Like, I can't talk to people like that. No, it really pisses me off. Like, you can't just say it. You don't even know that that's it. You can't prove that that's it. Yep. This is me growing up in a pub, right?
I can hear it. I know the people. I actually know. I can see the face of the person saying it, weirdly.
And I was a very inquisitive teenager.
It's Cleggy right now in my mind. Cleggy's saying it. Go on.
I used to be like, what do you think happens when we die? Oh, do you know what I mean? Oh, I bet I used to do.
Buy me half a lager and we'll explore.
I did. I remember Steve, the milkman, he used to come in, right, all the time. And he just wanted a quiet pint. And then he'd get me when I'd be like, should we play darts? Should we talk about death? Should we? What do you think happens? He'd be like, oh, fuck off, Lisa. But yeah, I do struggle with people that are so adamant about, like, no, that's it when you die. You can't prove that. You can't in fact, you can't prove anything. Nothing. Nobody can prove it, can they, about death?
No.
That's what I mean. It's such a complicated subject. It freaks me out. Anyway, I've got one more thing. You ready?
Yeah, and then we'll do our bucket moment of the week. Go on.
Well, there's two actually. Can I do two?
Yeah. I mean, I've hogged most of this podcast apparently.
So greedy.
I think you've had a greedy moment or two this podcast, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I have. We all have them.
Well, there's only two of us.
No, I mean, everyone has a greedy moment in life.
Oh, yeah.
Well, anyway, for those with the greedy moment, you can now get ashes infused smoothies.
So you can eat your loved one.
I am going to really try and get that moment and just put that on our socials. Literally, I'm going to zoom in on your.
That's disgusting. Like, there's literally no dead person that I would want to eat or drink in a smoothie.
A wellness influencer in California held a memorial party and served smoothies containing small. Oh my god! Small amount. I'm gonna do this for you, right? Basically, she served smoothies containing small amounts of their late best friend's ashes. With the family's blessing, supposedly, everyone toasted to her life while drinking her not quite your average post-mortem cleanse. I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to be like, Sam, can I have some? Can I just have just a quarter of her ashes? Go on, give a bit. Just
give me out to everybody so I live on.
Sprinkle it on the top of like everyone's drinks and do cheers to us.
Let me tell you something, right? My mum. So. When my mum's going to be cremated, she said, when she dies, and I don't know where it's come from this, but my husband always mucks around and says to Abel and the kids, right, let's go and see Dusty Nana. just want you to know that my mum's not dusty in the slightest. I don't know why it is. I think it's come about because she always says, oh, I'm so light, I'll blow away in the wind. But anyway, she's Dusty Nana. So he always goes, how are you, Dusty Nana, to her? And she says, I'll bloody Dusty Nana you. You can hear her saying this. So she said, when I'm cremated, I'm going to make sure that I blow right in your face. And honestly, she's planned with Georgina, my sister, that Georgina's got to get a teaspoon of my mum's ashes and blow them at my husband when she's dead.
I'm being there when that happens.
Do you not think that'll be cool?
I don't know. I don't know.
This is one of those moments where I should phone her after and get her to explain the Dusty Nana thing.
Yeah, you should. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll put it on the Patreon. So go on over to Patreon and find out what Alex's mum says about the Dusty Nana thing. That'd be really good.
Right, come on, let's do our... Oh, you've got your other one. You had another one.
Oh, yeah, basically, Japan now offers funeral for robot dogs.
What?
Like proper funerals, like monks chant and everything. Like the robot dogs got discontinued years ago, but people have been getting, like, they've had proper Buddhist funerals because their owners all felt too emotionally attached to just throw them away. You know what? I get that. No, I do. I feel why I think I get why people feel emotionally attached to stuff like that.
You don't give it a funeral because it's not been alive.
No, I know, but like what about like kids when you've had like a favourite teddy and you just love it? That's no different than going, oh, let's leave it for Father Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Same
but you're
kind of
not
thing.
burying it. No, not with you on that. You're not burying it.
Yeah, but do you not think the funeral is more of a like final letting go kind of process? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think we're a step away from burying like AI and mobile phones there. I can't get to grips with that.
Well, I don't say they're burying. Maybe they're just having a kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a vigil.
No.
Like the
end of something. Like when you, what do people say? Someone dies and they go, oh, it'll be the funeral soon. Oh, right.
Wake.
No. Like what it does to them. Like, right, somebody dies.
Yeah.
The funeral's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And they'll say like, oh, once the funeral, it's like an ending.
Brings closure.
That's it. Thank you. You should know about all funerals you listen to.
Yeah, I do. I listen to loads. I actually quite enjoy playing funerals. Genuinely, I know that I was a bit silly earlier on and stuff, but I really genuinely feel this. I'm not just saying it now. I feel very, very privileged and honoured to be able to play music at somebody's funeral.
Yeah.
It's a real big honour. Do you know what I mean? Like somebody wants these songs playing and I get to do it. So I take that quite seriously in my job. I prefer a funeral to a wedding.
Yeah, I think. Well, you know, a funeral lasts, don't you?
Yeah. I've just not wasted an hour learning something for the sake
No,
of it.
it's proper the end, isn't it? But no,
Yeah.
I really get that. I think it's a really nice thing to do, a funeral. But I just wish as a whole that we all celebrated our lives a little bit more and lived our lives a little bit more while they were here and just stepped out of the matrix a little bit, and maybe that we were educated more. Like we get educated on so many things, but never about death, about what happens, or like it should be talked about, I think, so much more.
It does need talking about because it's absolutely the only guaranteed thing in life.
Yeah, and there's
guaranteed
so
thing.
many people frightened of it or scared. Like it, yeah, it's funny subject.
It is. Right, have you got a fuck it moment this week, Lisa, before we finish?
Yeah, my fuck it moment this week was, so I have been on my jolly holidays, which was wonderful, and it was absolutely gorgeous actually. But as always, little fucking mosquitoes. I hate them. And I'm so prepared. The worst now I'm older as well. When I went to Portugal, I got a bite on my foot and my foot swelled up so much.
it did, yeah.
And it ruins it. Anyway, I took loads of stuff with me this time. And on the first night, I got bit a couple of times, like what on my back, on my leg, but I'd got these little copper patches. So I've patched myself up. I'd got loads of stuff from Mozzie Bites. Didn't get bit again. And then on the last night, the little fuckers were out and they got me. I don't even think, no, whether you can see it right now. You probably... It's gone down so much. You can
It has
just
gone
see
down a lot. You can just about see a bump at certain light, but it has gone down. It's had a forehead basically above a left eyebrow. Left?
No, it's in the middle. It's literally no, yeah, one that no, it was in the middle. It's literally.
You've got a bendy spot basically, haven't you?
It was a lump. Massive mosquito bite, big jockey lump in the middle of my forehead. Rob tried telling me that you could hardly see it, and I'm like, no, you can, Rob. Like it's massive.
You could on the video you did of it. You could.
Oh,
I can't see it down.
It was so big. Anyway, my fuck it moment was that I put one of these little copper patches on it. It was like a hashtag basically. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go out. Who looks at you that much anyway? So I wore this little patch on my forehead for 2 days. I got on the plane with it and I could see people looking at my patch. And I think, just ask me. I'll tell you it's a Mozzie Bite. But that was my fuck it moment because it did really affect me, to be honest. I feel like when you go on holiday, you come home, you have a shower and you think, right, I look good now. I've got my tan. I can do my hair with my own straighteners and stuff. And it ruined it all for me. But yeah, so my fuck it moment was that I'm just going to fuck it, go out. And then we're doing a TikTok video and I nearly didn't do it because of this big lump on my head. And I thought, no, you know what? Fuck it. That's what it is. It'll go.
Yeah.
So it weren't like a big crazy one, but yeah, that was my fuck it moment. What about you?
I've not got a massive one this week. Mine was basically in the casino. I went to the casino for Leah's 18th.
Oh, yeah.
I never gamble when I go there. I usually just watch. But this time I thought, fuck it. I changed up 40 quid into chips and I had a little gamble and I lost and it was fine. I was all right with it. My fear was that I'd lose and want to keep playing. But what I did was I changed it into chips and I made sure when that was gone, it was gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was mine. Just playing, doing something I wanted to do, but not being frightened of like wanting to do something else because I didn't. I was fine.
Yeah, no, that's good. See what I mean? They don't have to be big, do they? We actually got an email from Jennifer about a fuck it moment. Did you see it come through?
I did see it come
through. And she was saying, I love this because we've had so many inboxes and stuff and emails, and it makes me feel so glad that people are actually listening.
Yeah, it does me.
But yeah, she wrote us a really lovely email just saying how much that she'd enjoyed the new podcast. And in terms of a fuck it moment, she was offered a job this week back in a profession that she'd left behind, which was teaching. It was tempting for a minute to go back to the safety of what's familiar, but I just know it's not for me, she said. So I turned it down and now instead 100% committed to my new direction in children's mental health. So she started a new course this week instead, alongside doing some volunteering to get her where she wants to be. The road is going to be longer, but at least it's getting her towards where she wants to be, not further into a life and career that she's ready to move away from.
Oh, you see, that's really, really relevant for today as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then she said, I'm in my 40s. It's time for me to take charge of my life rather than just going along with what's familiar and feeling stuck. Although she does keep getting a little voice questioning if she's done the right thing. What do you think? Do you think she's done the right thing?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, I've done exactly the same, haven't I? I came out of teaching and I've never looked back. And I think the thing is with something like teaching or a profession or anything really, you can always go back to it. Nobody said you can never go back. So why not try something new and see if you enjoy it? I've got, again, back at work, I've got clients who are forever telling me how unhappy they are in the teaching jobs or in, like, you don't have to be unhappy. Nobody said you had to stay there. Get out, live.
Yeah, I love it. Go on.
You.
I was just going to say about that we got another email from Leah about the Knickers podcast, and I love it because it was titled Knickers podcast. Like, who gets emails like this? But she wanted to share a quick story. So she said, just a quick story. When I was a kid, my mum was taking me to school, rushing as you do. And I kept saying, Mum, Mum. And she kept saying, wait a minute, Leah, we're going to be late for school. And when we got to school, she said, okay, what's up, darling? And I said, I've not got any knickers on. So she had to march her all the way back home for some underwear. And now she's got kids herself. She says she completely sympathises with her. But when I read that, I could imagine like this little girl all the way going to school, going, Mum, 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 knowing that she'd not got knickers on.
Stop it. Yeah.
And as a parent, you're like, come on.
Quick, we'll talk about it later. So if anyone's got any bucket moments or little stories like that you think we might want to hear, anything relevant, email us at rewrittenpoduk@gmail.com. And similarly, you know, if this chat today has brought something up, like a loss, a big feeling, or just a reminder that life's short, take it seriously, but try not to take it solemnly and get on with your fuck it moments. You might only get one chance at these, and we want to hear about them.
We do. So feel it, talk about it, laugh about it, cry about it. I think without sounding really cliche, all feelings are valid. And you know what? If we had, and I often think of this, Alex, like if I was in heaven or wherever and they said to me, do you know what? Do you want to go down there? It's a really just a dash of time, but you'll get to feel everything. You'll get to feel anger, happiness, joy, get your back tickled. I'd be like, you know what? Get me down there. I'll give it a go. So, and I do believe we choose to be here. I think I have like an inner thing about that. So yeah, feel it, talk about it, laugh about it, then go and live like it matters. We're going to be back next week with more chaos, clarity, and probably I love finding these weird news stories, you know.
You know, things that annoy us this week, this next coming week. So don't forget,
I can't wait
everybody.
for that one. Get a list of things together, guys.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe, share, text this episode to your friends, especially if they want to hear about Coldplay or death or whatever else. We don't care how it gets out there. We just want it out there. And don't forget to give us a little bit of a review on Google and on iTunes. Apple.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Spotify.
Please drop us
anywhere.
Because it's such a brand new podcast. This is like the really, really important time. So if we could ask you to do anything, if you've enjoyed, this is probably the wrong episode to do it on. But if you've enjoyed any of it, please give us a review, because we love chatting to each other and to you and hearing your story. So yeah.
And if you don't do it, we're going to come back and haunt you anyway.
Ooh.
All right, everybody, thank you, and we will see you next week. Bye.